Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Friday, November the 14th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room. This is the address to get into the room. And you can log in with your Facebook or your Twitter account. Quite a few trades to get to, so I'm going to start in right away. Zoe's was the first one. And Zoe's actually came from the new alert strategy that I've been talking about this week. And to be honest, this strategy did not work very well today. This is the only one I took from the strategy, but when I was watching the rest of them, they really didn't work. And a lot of them trigger right at the open, like literally at 9:30. And so what I was watching the other days is that they would trigger, give maybe a brief moment to get in, and then you could get in, and they would start to move up. Today, I was giving it the brief moment, but then they would move down immediately. So I didn't get hurt by it, but I just noticed that the majority of them did not work very well. And there were only, if I look at them, I think there were only one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Only had 7 alerts on it, and they usually happen within the first 15 minutes. So this one actually was at 9:47, and I took it because again it was a little bit later. Looked like, and it went through the whole number, or was right at the whole number. Took the trade at $33, and I took half out right here at 33.17, and then it immediately started coming down on this candle. These are 5-minute candles, and took out the other half at 32.98 for a 2-cent loss. And that was it for that strategy. And, again, it's a work in progress. It's probably something I'm not going to share. It took me a while to create these custom filters, and I have to tweak them all the time. And, as opposed to the bounce plays, which, I do tweak them, but generally speaking, what I'm sending out to people who ask for them, they don't have to do too much, and there's pretty consistent strategies. This one is a work in progress, and I'm just going to keep it to myself. But I don't mind alerting people when I'm getting into a trade, and you have to determine whether it's the right type of trade for you. The next one was RCAP. In RCAP, this was on my radar because yesterday it had a horrible day, but it recovered for most of the day. So it was on my radar, and you see here that it bounced up right up to $12, came back down. There's 11.82, and then it was just sitting around $12, just over $12 for the longest time. And I thought, okay, I'm going to take the trade. Now it's hard to tell. You have to trust me here. This is 12:07 where I took the trade. You can see that it got up to 12:21, and I thought, wow, maybe we're way to the races. And then it did this on me, and it almost took me out. I mean, at 11.99, I actually said that the whole number would get me out, and then it bounced up again. But then as it started coming down in this candle, I said, well, enough of this. It's just gyrating way too much for something that seemed to be pretty stable right in this area here, pretty stable, and now it's just whipping up and down. So I got out of it for a small gain, a 2-cent gain, and that was it. But I have to admit, it kind of surprised me based on this action. I thought, it would probably just creep up for the balance of the day, but it did not do that. Hertz. Now Hertz was really this was the now this is the bounce play. Several bounce alerts here. Here's another one, and I missed them. I mean, I didn't take any of these. They didn't bounce very much. Now, I look at this though. It has bounced a lot from here. But this was really just a little scalp for me here. I got in at 2031 and I exited at 2047. When you see this action, this is not a great bounce play for me. Here's a bounce, here's a little bounce. What I like to see is just something that is straight down and bounces once, and that's it. So that's why I was not going to be holding this very long. This was I said this is probably just a scalp, and that's what it turned out to be. But boy, did it ever bounce off here, and I didn't take this, but geez, 1956 to 21. Wow, that is a great bounce. But you know what? I just lost sight of it, but I think there were some other people in the room that kept watching it, and I think they may have got in right around here. So kudos to them. Now this was an interesting one, MOV. Now look, this is down $11. So we were alerted to this by Dennis right off the bat, and you can see, I mean, this I think at one point was down about $13, $13 or $14, and I think he tried to get in the first time around this level here, And then I think this took him out down when it went down to 25.13. Like I'm not 100% sure. I know that he got out at some point, and then he got back in probably around this level. Now I'd said in the room that I was going to take a look at it if it got over 26. Based on this, I was looking at this candle right there. I thought if it could get over here and then get up through 26, then I would take a look at it. And and I said this probably in this right around here, and I completely forgot about it. And I just basically put my brokerage platform alert at 26, and I got the alert, and I was able to get some at 26.10. I mean, this really went quickly, and I got a little greedy. I was looking right here is 27.41, and I was really hoping that it, would it had the look of something that could even tack on $2 or $3, which would still make it down $8 for the day, but great if you're day trading. But it didn't do that. And on this candle here, I got out at 26.87. Still a nice trade, 26.10 to 26.87. Now it is come back all the way, and probably have to watch this on Monday to see because this is a massive gap that could get filled. IFF. Huh. This is one that I kind of blew it. Again, another bounce play. Alerted to it right here. I really did not think we would get that. I would get that much out of it. I took the trade at 97.14. It was a pretty nice stock. Didn't have a lot of volume, and still only 479,000 shares. I think at this point it was 200 and something, maybe 300 and something. And so, but the spread wasn't bad. A lot of times when you get a fairly expensive stock with low volume, you could get 20 or 30 cent spreads. But the spread was only 4 or 5 cents, and we were close to the whole number, which gave me a good stop. So I thought, okay, let me take it, and I took 97.14, and I took half out at 97.24, and the other half at 97.39. Was proud of myself because then this came down, but boy, it just kept going 98.20, and I know John and maybe a couple other people in the room got into it maybe around here, and good for them. And I said in the room, I love to find these type of stocks, International Flavors and Fragrances Incorporated. I think maybe I've heard of it, but certainly not for years. And so it's really interesting for me to find a stock like this and trade it. And I just wish I had had a little more faith in it and held it for the over dollar gain it would have given me. And the last one is DVA. And this was a really quick one. Again, here's the bounce strategy working beautifully. Here are my candles coming down. I get the alert in this area. Here's 75.96, perfect. Right below the whole number. It pops over the whole number. I take the trade at 76.06. And actually, I remember now, I missed it the first time. This candle went up and then back down, and it gave me, I actually thought I had missed the trade, but it came back down, gave me an entry again, and then it closed here. So I got in at 76.07 or sorry, 76.06, and I took half out at here at 76.40. That was a great exit, obviously almost at the high here. And then as it started collapsing, I got the rest out at 76.16, which and now it's back down to basically where I bought it. So nice and quick. And it was relatively close to the end of the day for me anyway, and so a nice way to end it. So that's it. Lots of activity in the room today. And, I hope anybody who listens to these videos and does not come into the room. I mean, I understand that not everybody's a day trader, so I get it. But if you are a day trader and you're not coming into the room, you don't have to even log in. I know some people get upset because they have to log in with their Facebook or a Twitter account, and they may not have one. They don't want to create one. You don't even have to do that. You can just watch and see what's happening. A lot of good stuff happening in the room. It's certainly not all me. We've got a lot of good traders there, and you should take advantage of it if you have trade ideas. Okay, that's it, and I hope to see you in the trading room. Sorry, I hit the exit just a little too soon. Hope to see you in the trading room on Monday. Again, here's how you get into the room. Okay, bye-bye.